What up, guys? It's your boy Infamous, but you can call me M3 Bullet. Welcome or welcome back. Okay, Halloween's only a couple weeks away, and I'm still continuing the whole Halloween movie review thing. Alright, for this one, we're gonna review My Babysitter's a Vampire. It was a it was a Canadian Disney Channel movie. Well, it was a Canadian TV Disney Channel movie that came out at least like 12 years ago, and there was a series after that. And I thought it would be a good time, and knowing that it is the season though, to review this. And knowing that, I brought Guardian 03 Angel to do the video with me later. So, if you guys don't mind, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, check out my different art in case you don't know what that is. Pretty much it's a digital online art gallery. The link is in the description. Ethan, the main character of the whole movie, is hanging out with his boy Benny a day before they had to go to school, and Jane is Ethan's little sister. That she was watching a movie, and she heard a little noise outside. She went outside to check it out, but it was just some dude messing with the house, and the dude was messing with her bunny, and the dude got attacked by a vampire. Jane didn't see the attack. She got a little spooked because he mysteriously disappeared, and then she saw his shoe drop from the sky, and she was screaming. Her parents kind of pulled up in the driveway. They were out on a date night, and Ethan kind of got in trouble for this. So the punishment is they kind of send a babysitter for Ethan the next time they go out. The day of school happens. Pretty much Benny and Ethan were talking a little bit about the whole babysitter thing. He really is embarrassed about the whole thing. Then we got introduced to Jesse and the drama club. They're pretty much like a whole, I guess, a vampire gang in high school. And what was it? We skipped to the cafeteria, and we got introduced to Sarah, pretty much the babysitter. She's a vampire too, but she's a fledgling. She also had a nerdy, geeky friend named Erica. She was super into this dusk. It's pretty much their version of, I guess, the movie's version of Twilight, I guess. And we got introduced to Rory, pretty much like the nerdiest dude in the whole movie. And pretty much Ethan and Benny's friend. The night of the babysitting is about to go down. Ethan's parents are about to go square dancing. Ethan tried his best to tell him, hey, okay, I messed up, I did something wrong. Can you please call us the babysitter? And they were like, nah, we're not gonna let you his mom kind of told him, you need to be taught a lesson for leaving Jane unattended and everything. Benny and Ethan were talking in the room. What was it? We cut to the park where Erica was walking to go to Ethan's house and do that babysitting job. Sarah kind of was snooping a little bit, and they bumped into each other. They had a little talk. Jesse kind of showed up. Jesse and his posse kind of showed up actually. Jesse and his posse were having a little party. Erica kind of went, and Jesse and Sarah kind of had a little talk, and it kind of ended up with both of them fighting each other, and that ended up with Sarah being thrown I don't know how far it was, but I guess she was thrown to Ethan's house. His parents kind of heard a noise and probably thought it was a babysitter, thought it was Erica, but it was just Sarah that whole time, and she kind of knocked on the door and said, can I come in? Because Erica's a little sick, and she kind of sent me instead. Sarah got introduced to Jane, and and Ethan kind of went downstairs and saw Sarah, and he was like, uh-oh. So looks like Sarah's babysitting. Ethan's mom sort of noticed that there was a cut on Sarah, but what was it? Ethan kind of volunteered to go get the bandages. He was not only doing that, he was trying to freshen up to get ready to go holler at her. His parents car left, and Ethan was a little late with the bandages, and knowing that Benny, he kind of told Benny about this, so Benny is sort of popped by. Benny kind of came through. He also ordered some sort of pizza, and he tried to holler at Sarah, but that kind of backfired. Sarah kind of went to the bath. Well, Ethan kind of asked. Sarah kind of asked, "Hey, where's your bathroom?" She put her. What was it? She's in the bathroom for a second, and I don't know. Ethan got a little curious. He opened the door, and there was a little awkward conversation. And Ethan also noticed that Sarah's reflection did not show up in the mirror, and that some weird, and he told Benny, and he was like, bro, are you high or something? And he was like, no, man, something weird is up with Sarah. And Sarah kind of like, it came in for a second, like say, hey, you guys don't really need a babysitter, right? Because I need to go find Erica, and I think you guys can just handle this by yourselves. Before she even left, though, Ethan and Sarah kind of touched, and Ethan kind of got a vision from her. She was like, he was seeing a bunch of images of a church and some sort of fire, and she kind of like left, and Ethan's like really, really a little spooked about the whole vision thing, and he told Benny about this, and he was like thinking, all right, let's go investigate this supernatural nonsense. Benny and Ethan was about to get out the door, but before they do, Jane kind of like showed up, and Benny kind of called his grandma to like pretty much watch Jane while they go out and investigate, and that's pretty much it. They're outside like walking around a little bit with their supernatural detective stuff. Benny kind of like brought his camera that kind of like had like a night vision mode, I guess, and they were walking around town trying to figure out, hey, what is really going on here? And what was it? Benny thought it was a whole thing. It was pretty much, he thought it was like a whole prank about that stupid Dust movie, and he kind of was shouting like, acting like an idiot. But what was it? They kind of eventually made their way downtown. They kind of like heard something in the alleyway. Benny kind of like activated his like night vision on his camera, on his, I don't know, his camcorder video camera thing, and he's starting to like get a little scared. And only that, he started to see Sarah drinking the blood out of a rat. They kind of like got scared, and guess what? Guess what they screamed? Help! Help! My babysitter's a vampire! They kind of like ran out of breath a little bit. Sarah kind of like tried to like set the record straight, and they were like acting like idiots. And turns out Sarah's actually a fledgling. I don't know what that really is, but all I know is that it's kind of like I don't know, like a junior, I guess a vampire in training until she drank human blood, which she really don't want to do. She's trying to like find Erica because Jesse and his crew kind of are like bad news and everything. They went back to the house. Sarah kind of like told them, hey, don't let no vampires in here because this is the only way how y'all can really be safe from vampires. She kind of like went out and tried to like find Erica. The pizza dude kind of showed up. Pizza dude turned out to be a vampire. They kind of screamed, and there was like a cool fight. Sarah went back. Cool fight scene happens. Benny kind of like ordered a garlic pizza, so they kind of like throw the pizza at the pizza guy's face, or I guess the vampire pizza guy, and the vampire pizza guy kind of like showed up to try to like get Sarah, and what was it? Ethan, Jane, and Benny like went upstairs to like barricade themselves in the room. Benny accidentally spilled the beans to Jane that Sarah's a vampire, and things were getting a little crazy. Sarah managed to like stop him. Well, I guess slow him down by stabbing a fork straight to his head. She kind of like woke up, trying to like run upstairs and everything. And there was a cool. They did manage to barricade themselves long enough, and only that Sarah's mom Ethan's mom sort of called and kind of like say, hey Sarah, you don't mind like babysitting for at least like an hour or two because I don't know, their little country square dancing kind of went south. So she said, yeah, what was it? The pizza guy was about to break in. Sarah kind of like, someone stabbed the pizza dude with like a debating trophy. They all like hopped out, they kind of hopped out of the window from Ethan's room, and Sarah kind of like killed him. Well, not, I guess like one stake, like, I don't know, I guess she drove a one stake through him and kind of like did this in front of Jane. Sarah kind of like dipped and tried to like say, hey, I'm gonna go save Erica, but like before it hits midnight. The boys kind of got a call from their friend Rory. They were like planning not answering, but they answered anyway. Rory kind of like told them that, hey, they're at this party though, and he was taking a picture and everything, and they noticed that only Erica was in the picture, and he's like, Rory, are you there? Are in the drama club with there? Because keep in mind, the drama clubs, most of the people in the drama club, I guess everybody in the drama club was actually vampires. And he was like, yeah, I'm actually there. And he was like, oh no. They were like, oh no. So they kind of like took Benny's grandma's car, kind of like drove themselves up there, they kind of ran into Sarah on the way there. They kind of picked Sarah up. They pretty much drove all the way there. and Sarah tried like told them to stay in the car, but they didn't. They ended like sneaking to the party. Like what was it? Sarah managed to find Erica, but Erica was not and tried to like tell her this whole thing, and she wasn't believing it like at all. Like the boys kind of like snuck into the party, and like they found Rory, and they were trying Benny tried to like tell Ethan like, okay, we found him. Let's get in the freaking car right now. But Ethan was like, I want to figure out what's really going on. They kind of was snooping in, kind of like eavesdropping. That there was like I don't know, there was about to be a ceremony about to go down, and he said, "It's almost midnight. Let's eat." And they kind of got caught, and Rory kind of like, okay, Rory was a little slow, like bro. In a way that Erica kind of got turned to a vampire, and she kind of, what was it? She kind of drank Rory's blood, and kind of like, the trio kind of made it out. There was a Benny, Ethan, and kind of like had like, I don't know, some sort of lightsabers. They were like battling the vampires, and like, that was pretty much it. Ethan's folks came home, and the whole place was kind of cleared off, and pretty much his mom kind of went upstairs to Ethan's room, and she saw the hole. She was a little mad, but Ethan's glad that she was back home. And also Sarah left, though. I forgot to mention that. Next day, Ethan, Benny, and Rory were talking, and Rory's actually like a full-blown vampire now, and he kind of told him that. He also told Ethan and Benny that Jesse and his crew were going to church for some weird reason. It was about like it was some sort of Cuba animals, whatever the heck that was. They kind of did in school. They kind of like followed them to the graveyard and stuff. And Sarah kind of showed up. She kind of touched Ethan again, and he's starting to have a vision. There was an image of a box and a grave that says 219, and Sarah was telling them that they were digging up the Cubulate Animus. They kind of got the word wrong, and it was Latin for nest of souls, and they were digging. Jesse and his crew were digging some grave up, and they found the Cubulate Animus. Benny accidentally spilled some crap. I guess holy water on her, and they almost got caught, and they kind of ran, skedaddled. They went, Ethan was back at his house trying to research vampires. His mom kind of like showed up. He tried to hide it. And he asked about the whole, did his mom have visions when she was a kid or something? And it was kind of awkward. She kind of mentioned drugs for a second. Sarah kind of showed up. And there was a book on the history of Whitechapel. And they kind of like get to reading. Ethan also got a vision of like everything that happened. Turns out the town they live in, Whitechapel, was founded by some dude named Reverend Black in 1809, and he was some sort of cult leader, I guess, and he and his disciples kind of like went to a church and kind of burned down and died. There was a lunar eclipse, and we also found out that Reverend Black is actually Jesse, and Sarah's about to die. She said she only got at least 1 week left or 20 days left before her mortal body actually dies. Okay, time for me to wrap this up. Roy became the team's secret agent, kind of like was snooping around Jesse's library on like why would they use the Cubulate Animus for. They show up to the school. Erica's evil now, and Rory kind of like gave them the information on a flash drive. They plugged it in. They got the information, and they figured out that the lunar eclipse, and know that the Dust movie. The 219 are supposed to be the 219 souls that Jesse kind of need for pretty much his crew, I guess his dead worshippers or followers to come back to life. And there's a lunar eclipse, and they have to go and see that Dust movie. And we got a little train montage. That was pretty cool. And knowing that the grandma kind of like on the night that was supposed to go, on the day that the movie's supposed to come out, turns out the grandma is actually some sort of mystical, magical priestess, and Benny's actually like a wizard, I guess. And she also explained that Ethan's a seer. They made it to the movies. They kind of snuck into the movies, kind of like tried to like get the trap set up. with the holy water being connected to the sprinklers. What was it? The movie's about to start. Jesse ended up killing somebody, and he kind of trapped their souls. And the rest of the vampire flock kind of did, like, kill most of the people. He got at least a lot of souls out of this. And Sarah and what was it, Erica kind of fought a little bit. And know that Benny kind of got a little kiss out of the whole thing. After that little fight, they did got up out of there, but Sarah was feeling too weak because the hunger was getting stronger, and she told them go without him. Ethan started to have like a little vision that the place where where it all happens in his backyard. And Jesse was at the backyard. Ethan tried to stop him by himself, but that kind of failed. Benny tried to stop him, that failed. Sarah tried to stop him, it failed. But luckily the grandma and Jane kind of came into the rescue, kind of just like shot out like lightning from the sky to him. And what was it? Ethan got the cumulative ambulance and released the souls attacked Jesse, and he kind of like disappeared in dust, and the whole movie was pretty much over. What up, guys? Okay, Garden of Three Angels said that she couldn't make it, so it's just me. Okay, in my honest opinion, it was pretty good. My babysitter was a vampire, which came out in 2010, like 12 years ago. It was pretty good though. I mean, it was somewhat decently written. There was a bunch of different plot holes. Okay, that that was pretty much okay. Rory is a complete idiot. Like seriously, bro, he cannot be this dumb in frickin' high school. Like seriously, how the heck did he not like go? How, it just doesn't make any sense though. I know that okay, the CGI and the visual effects were like rudimentary, but hey, it's a TV movie, not like some big budget Hollywood blockbuster. The series did spawn a show. What was it? The movie did like there was a show that came after this. Like you can like watch like the full series or the movie like anywhere on YouTube. Like it's pretty much there for free though. I mean, it used to be on Netflix, but I don't know. Netflix just got rid of it. Ever since Twilight came out, like there's been like a whole vampire craze. Like I don't know, like a bunch of TV shows be like making like some vampire movies. There was a bunch of vampire parodies, and I guess Disney and I guess the Canadians wanted to like give like a little jump at this. Honestly though, my favorite character in the movie and the show was Benny, mostly because he's the dude with the magical powers. Honestly, I always I always wonder like how did the grandma know about Ethan's powers this whole time? There's like a lot to be explained though, but I remember I try to tell myself, like rewatching this again, I forgot it's a movie, just run with it and no like try to like overcomplicate crap, man. It's just a movie, it is what it is. Anywho, in case you're not familiar with Vanessa Morgan, if you ever watched Riverdale, she did make an appearance on Riverdale. It was like a show on the CW, pretty much starring on the Archie characters. And like, I don't know, like, I guess in modern times, I guess, because Archie was a comic book back in the 30s or 40s. I forgot my history once it comes to like Archie and stuff. Okay, and back to the whole aspect, the grandma kind of knows about Ethan's powers. I was thinking, wait a minute, how does the grandma know? I'm just saying, like, if you watch the series and rewatch the movie a couple times, the grandma seems to know more than, like, what she's really telling. Honestly, I did think the grandma kind of accidentally gave, like, Ethan his powers in the first place. Or, he was just naturally born with it, and that's pretty much the only explanation, but it really doesn't make any sense. Well, it kind of does make sense if you think about it. Like, okay, never mind. I should really do a review on the TV series. Maybe I'll do that next month. I don't know. It depends on, like, how busy I am, like, next month. Okay, guys, time for me to rate this movie. Let's see. Factor in the awesome, like, what was it, the song in the beginning? Let's see, the action fight scene. Okay, they were, like, average. Like, it's, like, not really great, but it was, like, okay. The acting was good. The star power, there really was no star power or anything. Let's see. The visual effects, well, rudimentary, but it is what it is. Well, it is just a TV movie. And out of all the Disney TV show movies, or I don't know, the TV movies, of all the Disney TV movies, this had to be like one of the best ones though. Like, well, from that time period, before like, I don't know, ever since 2015, I guess, like, the quality of the Disney Channel movies started to go down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate My Babysitter's a Vampire. Let's see. Let's see, counting, okay, recalculating again. I would give it at least a solid 6.5, which is a decent rating. Like, it's decent. It could have did like a little better though, and no, that they should have fixed some. They should have like did like a little more. I don't know, add a little more detail to it. Okay, guys. All right, before I even go, I did put a link to like the thing the TV My Babysitter the Vampire TV show theme song in the link in the description. So if you guys have a chance to like listen to it, it's pretty good. All right, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check out my deviant art and share this with a friend, family. Share it with anybody. All right, guys. M3 Bullet out.